Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the not so great state of Michigan. As you can tell by the title and photo of the thumbnail up above, that's right. The M340i has been tagged. Let me flip the camera around. Let me show you what we're dealing with. All right, you guys. Let me show you what we got going on here. That's right. There's the battle damage right there. I know, right? I am heartbroken, folks. Absolutely 100% heartbroken. Driver's side is good. We did not crash into anybody. We actually were hit at a dead stop. Here, let me bring the camera in here a little closer. You can see my crash bar is pulled forward. It is not pulled backwards or pushed backwards. So yeah, you can see I got some sensors that are all friggin' screwed up in there and hanging down. We've had a couple estimates. It's looking like it's going to be somewhere around $5,000 to have repaired. I am not happy at all about this situation. But I figured I would share it with you guys because I know that this car has started to get a very, very small following on YouTube. And for those of you who love my M340i and have been following my little build process, I wanted to let you know that the car may be off the channel for a couple of weeks, unfortunately. Now, before the car was hit, we did get the dine-in cold air intake installed on this vehicle. So that was going to be this week's video. I was going to show you guys the install of the cold air intake. We're going to postpone that video for you guys. We're going to show it to you next week. I figured this week I might as well show you guys my misfortune and the bad news to the M340i, folks. So let me go sit down behind the car and I'll tell you guys what happened to the BMW. All right, so here's what happened. And you're never going to believe this stuff. If you don't live in my state, you probably won't understand. But in most states that I've been to, if you want to turn around and go the opposite direction, you just make a U-turn at the street light and go the opposite direction. Here in the state of Michigan, that's illegal. We're not allowed to do that. So we have these things that are called Michigan left-hand turns, where after you pass a street light, shortly after, there's usually a turnaround. You pull in there, you make your U-turn, you go the opposite direction, okay? I've been driving for a long time and I've talked to a lot of people. And as far as I knew, 2 people were allowed to be in the left-hand turn lane at the same time. I've seen it a million times. I've been driving for 20 years. That'd be not the case. I was taking Shelby to school. There was a very long line in the left-hand turn lane. And I was like, you know what? I could just go on the inside and turn left, right? Let's utilize the left-hand turn lane. 2 people can turn left at the same time. I'm thinking, should be fine, right? No. I pull up next to 2 teenagers that are on the friggin' right side of me. They don't know I'm there. The clearing goes in the road. They literally turn and drive right into the BMW. Like I was sitting still. It literally drove right in to the front of the BMW. And there was a cop that was sitting right there, witnessed the whole thing. And I thought, okay, you know what? Cops saw the whole thing. Shouldn't be a big deal, yada, yada, yada. So I pull my car off to the side of the road next to the guy who hit me. The officer pulls up behind him, gets out, talks to them for a little bit, walks up to me and says, how you doing, sir? What happened? And I told him and he says, well, you know, what you did was illegal. What? He says, yeah, what you did was illegal. He goes, even though he caused the car accident, he goes, you're at fault. I'm like, what? He says, yeah, he says 2 people can't occupy that space at the same time. He says, the reason why it's so wide is so that semi-trucks can make a left-hand turn through there. I said, oh, great. So I'm the one going to get the ticket, right? And he says, well, I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to give you a ticket or not. You didn't look like you were in a big hurry. He said, you didn't do nothing malicious. He says, I think you were just, you know, trying to make a left-hand turn like everybody else. He says, I see people do it all the time. He says, but it is technically illegal. So he goes back to his cop car, runs my information, makes sure that we're legal, runs the kid's information, makes sure he's legal, comes back, gives the kid his stuff, gives me my stuff, and tells me, hey, I'm not going to write you a ticket. He said, it's going to be expensive to fix the M340i. He said, it didn't look like you were trying to be in a hurry or you were trying to, you know, cut people off. He says, it just looked like, you know, I've seen people many, many times before just try to utilize the left-hand turn lane. You just have to be a victim of circumstance. He said, but I will be writing in the police report that you are at fault. So yeah, that kind of sucks. But the one good thing is that it may take a hit on the insurance because of the car accident, but the car accident won't follow me because I didn't get a ticket. So the car is going to the body shop Friday to get repaired, and I don't know how long they're going to have the car. Like I said, I have one more video prepared for you guys next week, and that's the install of the Dyna cold air intake. So hope you guys look forward to that. If you guys enjoyed our misfortune and look forward to the car getting repaired and seeing the cold air intake install next week, please give me a like. Smash that subscribe. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace, everybody.